that full gender emancipation requires the end of monogamy as a social norm. And I stand before you today to strongly affirm today's resolution. First of all, panel of judges, before I further go ahead, allow me to define some of the key few terms within today's resolution, within today's matter as to why we are here. First of all, allow me begin with the full gender emancipation. According to us, we the affirmers, full gender emancipation is the removal of gender discrimination from laws. Beg your pardon. Full gender emancipation, it's the complete and total removal of gender discrimination from laws in institutions and behavioral patterns, and set legal standards which shall promote their full equality with men. And then monogamy, according to us still, monogamy is the what? It's the act of being married to only one partner. And then the other term, social norms, according to us still, we the affirmers. Social norms are what? Are shared standards, acceptable behaviors by groups, and we are stating our parameters. And we are clearly stating our parameters in Uganda and also in the present situation. Therefore, panel of judges will never expect these people to come and talk about anything like the previous situation, anything like the ancient Uganda. We expect them to come and talk about the prevailing situations within Uganda. And then the other thing, why are we saying that? Why are we saying that full gender emancipation is that it is to completely what? Remove the gender discrimination. In other words, why are we saying that? I beg your pardon. In other words, we are saying that. Why are we saying that? We require to end monogamy. Previously, though we are prevailing within the prevailing situations, and also nowadays and also long ago, men are the ones who used to do what? To practice that polygamy. They were appointed to do what? To promote that, to do the polygamy, to marry as many women as they want. But panel of judges, if we bring about full gender equality, then the women shall also be what? Liberalized, shall also be what? It shall be acceptable for them to also get married, to do what? To what? To various men, thus bringing about equality. And then the other thing, well, it is that it is that if we end the gender-based, if we cherish the full gender emancipation to completely empower women, we shall see women being able to access these opportunities, doing what was done by man, what is done by man at this particular period of time, and the woman does not do. Therefore, panel of judges, through that we shall be bringing about what? Equality. I rest my case. Thank you.
Polygamous families?
We don't.
You don't?
So, we do, I beg your pardon.
Okay. Can there, you're not sure, yes or no?
We do. I'm sure.
Can there exist equality in presence of chaos? Absolutely.
Come again?
Can there exist equality in presence of chaos?
In presence of chaos?
Chaos.
Of course.
Absolutely.
It can't.
Absolutely no, right? Now, how does polygamy bring about equality?
Come again?
How does polygamy bring about equality?
That is justifiable. If the men have been committing the polygamy and the women are also allowed to get married to other men, then there shall be equality. What has been oppressing women shall be removed so that
okay, I get your point.
They will resort to only one partner. Thank you.
Monogamy as a dominant social norm. You define full gender emancipation as a complete provision of the rights, equality, and independence of both the male and the female. Yes, that's true. But then we ask you that how does polygamy lead to the equality? If you have many wives, how is that being equal to your first wife? If you have more than one wife, how is that being equal to that second wife, who now has to compete for your attention with that first wife? How dear judges? Polygamy can never, not in one point, create any form of emancipation. Emancipation is fighting for your rights, right? So, if you have more than one wife, that woman, that third wife, that first wife, she feels like this one is taking her place. She feels like this one is just there to compete with her. How does this lead to full gender emancipation? That's what we want the farmers to come and try and explain to us. Now, as the negators, we are here to tell you that no, there can never be full gender emancipation. There can never be full gender emancipation if we are to practice polygamy. Let's leave the monogamy as it has been there before. Let's leave the monogamy the way it is. Because if you are to end it, you are bringing up polygamy. That's the only other thing you mean. Because if you are to say that you want to end monogamy just for the sake of full gender emancipation, that means we are deleting monogamy, we are bringing in polygamy, which polygamy can never lead to full gender emancipation. Now, as the case of monogamy, we are here to tell you that monogamy is having one marriage partner, yes. So, we should leave monogamy the way it is if we want that full gender emancipation. Now, when there is monogamy in the society, you have one wife, you have one husband, right? Yes. So if you have one wife and one husband, our dear judge, you have that equality. You have one wife, you have one husband, you have that only one responsibility. You have one person to take care of, you have one person to look after, you have just one person has your responsibility, one person has your objective. So that woman doesn't have to compete with anyone, that man doesn't have to be jealous, that man doesn't have to feel like this person is taking my place. I'm sharing a wife with this person, or I'm sharing a husband with this person. So that person, that husband or wife feels like, yeah, I'm getting all my rights, I'm getting the complete independence, the complete equality that I deserve. There is nothing like I'm being denied any part of my rights. So we should leave this monogamy as it has been, that social norm, that we should leave it the way it is, because if you are to end it, there is nothing like full gender emancipation that is going to be applied in our society. Now, my fellow negators will come and talk more on why we should not end monogamy as a dominant social norm in order to get full gender emancipation.
Recurring speaker, I have two questions for you, and I need yes and no. First question: is the current polygamy one-sided?
The current?
Is the current polygamy one-sided?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Is that full gender emancipation?
Is what?
Is that full gender emancipation?
If it's not one-sided, then it is.
Large. Good evening. So, in the last cross-examination, the first half negative was asked, is the current polygamy one-sided? He said no. Dear judges, I'd like to bring it to your attention that actually right now, in the current situations, men are allowed to have more than one sexual partners, more than one, to be married to more than one woman in some religions, in some cultural norms, yet women are judged if this happens. So yes, the current polygamy is one-sided. How is that also creating gender what? Emancipation in our society? Because if we are saying monogamy will create gender emancipation because there's be one woman and then one man, but we have cultures that are promoting, that are allowing men to have more than one sexual partner, to have more than one wife, religions that are allowing this, then yes, then no, we do not still have full gender emancipation. We as the affirmative side are saying this. We are looking at full gender emancipation. What men can do, women can do, bringing equality of women to men. So if we say, if we remove monogamy, we are removing unfair judgment because of one-sided polygamy. So the woman will be able to have the different partners that they want, and it will not be looked at as a blasphemy or some taboo in our society. And then we will remove body shaming. Many women are actually body shamed. Okay, she has been used so many times apparently, but apparently the man is not used so many times. All the people he has been with. When a man has many partners, he's an alpha. But when a woman has more than one partner, or has had more than one partner, she's used. She's useless. So we are saying also, if we remove monogamy, we are bringing full equality. What men can do, women can do. We are also saying that competition, they say there will be competition. But there is competition, obviously. If there is one-sided monogamy, there is competition. There are women competing for the attention of the men. Because the men are allowed to have more than one sexual partner. So we are also saying, okay, if there is competition this side, how about we create competition this side? As apparently competition creates quality. Anyway, we are removing stereotypes where women are not able to do some things, and then men are able to do some things. If we create this right from our homes, then other fields will not be that difficult to create full gender emancipation. And then, so we are saying, we are creating full equality, which we are defining as full gender emancipation, equality of women to the standard of men. But we are starting with our homes. Polygamy. If it is happening on the side of men, it is unfair to women, so women should be allowed to do this. rest my case.
Second farmer, does competition create inequality?
Yes. Quality, not
I
equality.
said equality. Does competition create equality?
Competition creates equality?
No, it doesn't. Are there any special rights in a polygamous marriage? Do you get anything special from it?
I believe so.
You believe so? You said that a man who has many wives is taken as what?
An alpha.
An alpha.
Yeah.
But then you're saying that a woman who has many husbands is taken as used. Why would you want a woman to be used by promoting it? Wouldn't the woman be still considered used?
Those are stereotypes. Those are stereotypes.
Wouldn't the woman,
let's dub them as stereotypes.
Wouldn't the woman
because a man is an alpha because he has
please?
many partners. Okay.
Wouldn't the woman still be considered used by the men if
no, because now it is equal. We are allowing it. In other words, we are allowing it.
And you say competition doesn't create equality. Thank you.
Result. This house believes that full gender emancipation requires the end of monogamy as a dominant social norm. They come and define full gender emancipation as equality between men and women. And by equality means being at the same rate, whether you're male or female, right? So if a man and a woman are both having one partner, if I have my husband as my only partner and my wife has me as their only partner, isn't that equality? If we promote monogamy and we come out and fight against polygamy, that means that by monogamy we mean both a woman and a man having one person as their partner. We are not necessarily meaning that it is only men that are supposed to have one wife, or it is only women that are supposed to have one husband. If they are all having one partner, that means we shall be equal. Everyone will be at the same rate. But if we are all not at the same rate, and a man has 4 wives, and I, a woman, have only him, that means at home they'll come and disrespect me. They'll come and deny me my rights because you cannot serve 2 masters at a go. That means you have to be more lenient to someone, or to maybe the person that you love the most, because you can't love 2 things equally. By leaving me for another woman, that means you have no respect for me. That means you have no love for me. That means you have no respect for my rights. If you have me, I'll feel respected. I'll feel loved. I feel like my rights are really being given to me. And if you have me as your husband, the same. We all be equal. But then if you have 4 husbands and I have only you as my wife, how is that equal? So by promoting monogamy, we mean all of us are having one partner. We are relying on one another. Not necessarily having one sex, having more than one partner.
First of all, these team negatives, they never paid attention to what we are talking about here, because we define full gender emancipation, and for them they are talking about full gender equality. That is not the case. For us here, we are solving this case. Our resolution is about full gender emancipation, but not full gender equality. Allowed to practice it too. And team negatives, they are not. They are like, maybe polygamy should not exist. But how are we creating equality? That means that if we bring about polygamy, both sides have to practice polygamy. And then if you're like, no, men should practice polygamy, there is no equality. We women, we also have to practice ours. If you are allowed to practice to marry 5 women, that means that I'm also allowed to marry 5 men. Yeah. Team affirmatives. Yeah. And on that, they were asked the question that, do you believe that there is chaos? Chaos from where? Already there is equality. For us, we are stressing that since equality is there, that means that there is no chaos. Because both sides are all satisfied with what they have. If you are allowed to marry 5 men, I'm also allowed to get married to 5 women, 5 men. That means that there is no chaos. Yeah, team affirmatives, we are stressing that we shall bring full equality. And for that, the team negatives, they are saying that equality is not there. And for us, we are like, really, equality is there. If just by the last example, by the previous example I've given, if you are allowed to marry 5 women, I can also be allowed to marry 5 men. That is equality. Therefore, there is no chaos. Yeah, and team affirmatives, we're also talking about religious groups. These people are saying that maybe polygamy is not a fact, but for us, team affirmatives, we are like, there are very many religious groups whereby polygamy is allowed. Therefore, I thank you.
That full gender emancipation requires the end of monogamy as a dominant social norm, and we are saying that actually that's not the case in the ending of monogamy. So actually they come up out of this clash point. Actually we are saying that in trying to create full gender emancipation, we're actually basing on polygamy and monogamy. They're like they support polygamy, but now surprisingly now we ask ourselves, if you failed one wife, if you failed one wife, now you're going to marry 3. Is that a solution? In fact, if you fail one, you're going to create more. Now, the whole thing here, it is all about gender emancipation. They come on and say that actually we are talking of equality and not full emancipation. But we are wondering, like, they did not understand today's resolution. Today's resolution is talking about full emancipation. And what is emancipation? Of course, like fight for the race. And what is that leading to? Of course, you want equality in the society. And that's what we are talking about. We are saying we are talking of equality in the society. Surprisingly, she also goes on and keeps on talking of equality that she's from refuting. We wonder. Then she goes on. She's from saying that actually we are having equality in the community. Now, if you're having equality, why are you going for polygamy? Of course, that's not the case. Now, she goes on. Her major emphasis, she goes on and speaks about religious and religion, saying that some religions accept one to marry more than one wife. Now, yeah, we are not the ones who say that. Actually, it is your side. So I don't know why if the problem has failed on your side, you bring it to our side. Then, now, she goes on and says that actually polygamy, now the whole debate is based on a woman having a right to marry more than one man, just because that they want to create that equality. Now we go on and ask them a question, or we refute them, saying that actually they talk of blasphemy, that if a woman marries more than one, it's seen as a blasphemy, right? That's why they say. And then they are like, now a man is going to marry more than one. Now, actually, we all know that is going to create chaos. Now, because we asked them a case where, like, do you believe that actually polygamy brings about disagreements in a family? They accept that, like, yeah. So actually, we are going to have disagreements, and we ask them, with disagreements, are we going to have equality that we are actually, the emancipation, the full gender emancipation that we are talking about? They actually say, no, it's not going to happen. So actually, they score in their net. Then we go on and say, we ask them, how does this polygamy that you're talking about, how does it actually continue to bring about full gender emancipation? They shy away and they don't clearly bring to us the views that we want. We even go on and ask them, does competition create equality? She says no. We ask them, does competition create equality? She says no. Now, at first she accepted that actually equality is going to bring disagreements, and I will not be allowed to raise my case.